I want to be utterly contemporary, and I am by nature. It's the way I move, it's the way I construct dances, it's contemporary, but I really like the throwback to history and, you know, seeing classical music in a new way, illuminating it in a new way, hearing it and then visualizing it in a new way, and just to hear beautiful sounds, and then to have a live performer creating those beautiful sounds at that same moment. I mean, for me, it's magical. That also played into the theme of giants, because when I was telling Hunter about the theme of the evening, that there are these choreographic giants, and then somehow my piece is going to have the word giant in the title, and it's going to reference some way, shape, or form of a giants, and it could be the giants within us, it could be a lot of different things. That, you know, Hunter, you know, very clearly said, well, you know, Liszt was a giant piano player, a virtuoso, you know, he was like the rock star of his generation. So we go from real neoclassical romanticism to sort of hard-edged contemporary, and then, you know, I think my piece is really a bridge of those two worlds. There's the extreme physicality of Forsyth, but there is a romanticism to the work, a yearning, a kind of like a reaching, you know, for a higher plane or something like that in the work.
It took us a little while to settle on Liszt, but there are a couple of things about Liszt that I think that seemed to line up with this. He wrote his own music. He wrote very flashy and compelling and romantic and beautiful music. A lot of music that sounds, you know, like it has four melodies happening at the same time, or an accompaniment, and then just different tricks on the keyboard that made it sound like he had more than two hands.
I started telling Hunter, you know, the concept, you know, giants, and that he was going to be elevated, you know, he's going to be playing hovering above the dancers. Then it started changing for you. You were like, and I said that it's all mostly men. It's 9 men and 1 woman, and they're in red, like crushed red velvet, you know, and he was like, okay, Chopin is too light. I don't know if you remember telling me that. You were like, Chopin's a little light, and maybe Beethoven is a little too romantic or something. And
there's like Chopin can be, I mean, incredibly powerful and strong music, both from like the way that the music sounds, and just from I think it's a lot of it has to do with the performance, like how I imagine Liszt would perform. It would be on this pedestal and sort of arms open, and there's a strength and this bravura, even though there are, you know, an infinite number of emotions in any sort of Chopin polonaise or scherzo. That kind of theatrical element came in with Liszt, and it seemed to be more in line with the concept. This is the first time I will have performed live with the ballet, and to play live, the dancers, if I play a little bit faster or a little bit slower, it becomes impossible for the dancers. And so there's that added, on top of both the dancers and my sort of technical ability and sort of practice, there's that extra challenge of playing without a conductor to make sure that we're all together, and just making all of these two etudes beautifully go together and seem like there's no other way it could be.